from the crossroads of America. We're at the center of Indianapolis, Indiana, as we get a look here at Lucas Oil Stadium. The season's still just getting started. We're off in week 3. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's good for a Bills first down.
It was University of Wisconsin, Kate, the first time I heard this term, slow to explode through. And think how good that Badgers run game has been at the college level. Well, they made runs like that look easy. Slow to explode through.
And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Allen on the play action. Flushed out of the pocket. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball, it's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases, and right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
Allen on 3rd down. That's caught for the first. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. Ball at the 33 for first down. Allen fires out wide, complete. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Allen gonna throw again. Throw left side, complete. And he's gonna be brought down at the 23-yard line.
Okay, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s. Versus man on the drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
He gets crushed behind the line, and the ball comes out. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. Well, that right there is exactly how you kill some momentum. An early setback, no doubt, but the first time out, fumbling it away in enemy territory, that's tough.
And such a bummer, right? Because the journey was going well. You script for success, you get that ball moving, and then you're right, you just lose all sorts of momentum. Got to recapture it the next time out.
Here's the first carry for Jonathan Taylor. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
Going to the ground again on first. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Brought down by Rasul Douglas. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. He's on the move, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
3rd and long for him here. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
That's a nice job there by the linebacker. He kind of looks like a cornerback on that, doesn't he? Perhaps those cover guys can have a little fun with him in practice this week, because he looked like a DB right there, swatting the incompletion.
And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. That one's marked as a 38-yard punt. And the Bills will take over possession. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Play action now with Allen. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. They get about 4 there, need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Escapes the pocket. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
You know, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
Throwing now on 1st down, Allen. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got 2nd down.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
The give here on 2nd. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Making the stop that time, Nick Cross. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
And on 3rd down, the Colts going with the nickel here. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. It'll be touchdown short of the marker, so 4th down coming up.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or 2 short for the 1st down.
Less than a yard needed here on 4th. opening doesn't materialize. He's cut near the line of scrimmage. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. He's going deep. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. He was looking for Michael Pittman Jr. So it's 2nd down coming up. From the gun, Taylor. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains. New set of downs for him from the 46. On 1st down, it's Richardson. That's brought in. It's his back, Jonathan Taylor. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. That's Gregory Rousseau who cleaned up that play.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
That's complete to Pittman. And he takes it in for the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts take a 6-0 lead in the 1st quarter. Michael Pittman Jr. with the touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
The Colts ready to kick this one away, and away we go once more. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
That's the end of our 1st quarter. 3 more to go still on Monday night. Neither side separating much so far. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Lucas Oil Stadium after this. We're back for the 2nd quarter. Bills in possession of the football. They've got 2nd and 7 to start. Allen setting up play action. That finds his man. It's Keon Coleman. And he's out of bounds past midfield. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good for a Bills 1st down. From the gun, here's a handoff. Works his way to the 35. And finally stopped at the 34. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Okay, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for a Bills 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
They're now set for 1st and 10. Another carry for him. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
2nd and 8. And he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills start to fight back with their first points of this game. Keon Coleman, the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yeah.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. What makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Now probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Trying to throw here out of the gun. He locates Adonai Mitchell. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. 2nd and 3 now. Shotgun. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is scooped up by the Bills.
Well, sure, you're looking to try to get a first down on 2nd down. You're trying to create a manageable 3rd down, but I'll tell you what you're not trying to do, ever.
While a new offense preps to head out, we've got a stoppage. They want to make sure this is a turnover. So near disaster a moment ago, but the drive's still in trouble if they can't convert on 3rd. Richardson. Chased out to his right. They'll get 18 yards there. And it'll be first down, Colts.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
And he gets some good yardage down to the 42. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
He's trying to push the field. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. But ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
And he gets this forward to the 19. They strike for 23 yards. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Yeah, you want to get above 5 yards to carry? Well, put together runs like that. And I'll tell you what else a run like that does, Kate. That sets up the play action, right? When you really just gouge and gash the deep.
And he's in for the touchdown. The Colts grow the lead to 7. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. So this solid first half continues for them. They're into the end zone to extend their advantage.
And I think if you're a head coach here, Kate, you've got to be very happy with the effort so far. They've come out strong. They've been the ones dictating the tempo, and as a result, they add to the scoreboard.
The Colts ready to kick this one away, and away we go once more. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now Allen off the play action. Gets everything he has under this throw. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
Working from the gun, it's Allen. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he's got it down to the 30 before going out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
2nd and 3 now. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Looking right, and he finds him. And he gets them down to the 9 before going out. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from Indy. The Bills in need of some points before the break. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Wrong time to get caught for holding. Backed him up as they'll retry this 1st and goal. Play action now, Allen. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. Still a good bit of work to do here, Brock, as they come up on it, 2nd and goal. From From the shotgun, it's Allen. And in, touchdown, Buffalo. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. Yeah. That's well done.
Again, Allen to the air. And they draw up just the right throw, and we're tied. All right, Brock, they win empty. We all expected a pass was coming, and they do indeed go to the air and connect on that strike for 2.
Yeah, once you empty that backfield, it does certainly, Kate, alert that defense to pass. And then it comes down to disguise. It comes down to timing, especially on a 2-point with everything condensed. Well done by that offense to go get 2.
Pass now to kick this away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Back to throw, here's Richardson. Buys time, rolling right. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 32. Finds Woods. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Here's Richardson. Gets this to Woods. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Rush coming for Richardson. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Bills are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
I've not yet in my lifetime come across a defender who hasn't told me how great an offensive player they were back in the day. Oh, you should have seen me as a running back or wide receiver. Well, right there, that defender showed some of that background. A brilliant job of getting into the open field and setting his offense up for success.
Allen now on 1st down. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. They're going to take over after the interception. Well, they had the advantage for a moment, Brock, but turns out that is all just that moment because they throw an interception to give the ball right back.
And for once, both coaches on both sidelines are preaching the same message. Take care of the ball. Not often you see back-to-back plays end in interceptions, and we're right back to where we were just a couple moments ago.
Brought in right side. And they take him down right along the 30. Timeout Indianapolis. That's its 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Second and 6 coming up here. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. He has the Indianapolis touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
That one right down the middle. And the Colts break that tie and now lead by 7. The Colts ready to kick this one away, and away we go once more. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he's brought down for a loss. So Buffalo's going to call it second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 11. Searches from the pocket. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Jack Fox getting the call here to punt on 4th down. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. And they're facing a long field ahead of them as that kick skips out near the 11. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Looks like they'll play it safe with a run to the outside. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he's stuck on a nice gain on what is the final play of this first half. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Huard with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Bass now to kick this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Richardson on third. This is reeled in by Pittman. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Excellent pickup to move the chains. 36 yards in the end. Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play. They give to Taylor, right side. And he gets taken down immediately, right at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. It's an Indianapolis touchdown! The Colts grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's an Adonai Mitchell touchdown! On is Moody for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Colts double their lead to 14. The Colts ready to kick this one away, and away we go once more. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Now a give running right. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Chad Muma there to bring him down. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Allen on the play action. Connection made to Coleman. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Allen setting up play action. Complete out to the right side. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Bills first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Stops by Chop Robinson. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10 now. Big catch is made, and he got the feet in too. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that's good for a Bills first down. From the red zone now. It's caught at the 4. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal. Allen fires out wide, complete. Touchdown, Buffalo! Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. running right. This is Taylor. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Richardson back to throw. That's Mitchell on the slant. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's on the move. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. It's a pickup of 11. And it'll be 1st down, Colts. Here's Taylor. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in the phone booth yet have that explosiveness to...
All the way, touchdown, Indy! The Colts take a 13-point lead. Michael Pittman Jr. with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. On is Moody for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Colts double their lead to 14. The Colts ready to kick this one away, and away we go once more. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. On 1st down, they'll run. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. 1st down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Working from the gun, it's Allen. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the 3rd. It's Bills football. They trail late, but this game's still very much in reach. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Allen setting up to throw. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made. He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set, 1st and 10. To throw, Richardson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Some guys, you just have to account for them, especially middle linebackers. I remember Ray Lewis, Brian Urlacher. It just felt like their presence took up the entire field. And this linebacker today, well, he had the interception earlier, a sack right now. You've got to start figuring out a plan for him, or he will take over this game.
Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
This is one of those occasions that it looks so promising when you take off as a quarterback, and then you're reminded just how fast these defenses are in the NFL. Couldn't quite move the chains, but it wasn't for a lack of trying.
That's complete to Pittman. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 35 out of that one. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down. Taylor now up the middle. And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
2nd down carry for Taylor. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the carry, though. It's 3rd and 7 now. Here's Richardson. To the sideline it goes. He makes the play. Pass cut. Both feet are down. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. They'll go with the option to the right side. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the Booth Cape, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
And he takes this down close, stopped at the 3. Give him 4 yards, and they're sitting on 3rd and goal now. Running with Taylor. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Give him a couple yards on that run, and this sets up 4th and goal.
Well, the defense, they couldn't stop him for a loss, but they denied him the goal line at least. Now we get to see, right, decision time, one of these critical decisions of whether or not they're going to go for an all-or-nothing 4th down play.
Moody knocks it through. And that makes this a 3-score game.
I think you could call this one now, Kate. His field goal makes it a 3-score game, and even the most improbable comeback attempts are going to have a hard time erasing that type of deficit here in the final quarter.
And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Plowing up the middle. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Allen. Short pass brought in. We've got a fumble pretty close to midfield. And the Colts pick it up. And they limit the damage on the... It is still a turnover. So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. So the review saves them a turnover. He was, in fact, already down when the ball came free. Here's a give up the middle. And he's going to have this one down to the 43 on a good run. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Here's 2nd and 2. It is caught left side. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First down throw for Allen. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. So 2nd down coming up.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
2nd down. Here's Allen again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Indy. Bills trying to make it look a little nicer on that scoreboard. The Colts adding a man to the secondary here. 3rd down coming up. Left side gets it out quick, and it's caught. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
You've got to be cognizant of where the line to gain is. You can't run that route short, and you certainly can't throw it. That route's just not deep enough. Needed to extend it closer to the chains for a first down.
On is Tyler Bass for the Bills field goal try. This a 52-yard attempt from the left hash. A big kick is no good. It's well to the left there. And this stays a 3-possession game.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Taylor. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Taylor again. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and that brings up 3rd and 9.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
They're going to turn to Taylor on 3rd down. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Buffalo calls it 2nd time out of the half. And they'll have just one left to burn now. The Colts ready for the punt. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. And this one's going to approach the 10, but looks like it's down right at the 13-yard line. All right, this is going to be the final play of the game. One final shot here. Bails out of the pocket quick. He'll check this one down, complete to the fullback. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. So the Colts pick up the win in this one. And they're continuing to survive among the final remaining unbeaten teams across the NFL, as they're now up to a